All right, have a look at what we have. 8 buttermilks with gold buttermilk biscuit says. Yes, we will undoubtedly apply the glaze. Let's place those down here. Yes, let's get started. You're on the menu, Papoose. Come on. I immediately thought of Curtis Jack when I heard the song. Gun sneakers are ugly. All right, Pap, wait on. Le buttermilk biscuit son, tease be fair, even if we know you can rap. Because you wear the t-shirt with the 9s, you're not the style icon to be discussing ugly G in the sneakers. G Gingo Green. The worst was this. The worst fashion brand ever was this one. __. Let's avoid discussing fashion. Play the remainder. All right. You're angry because Diddy attacked your girlfriend. For that, you're a jerk. For months, you deserted my child. I apologize. 4 days at a time, knowing that my kid had to go go to school the following day, and that I, laughing, had to go to work in order to wake up and say, "Oh, you don't have a job." You continued to use the lane. You remained outside with the lane, laughing, screaming, poor music. You music lose? Oh, singing boy. At the very least, be honest if you're going to rap about it. Music, you burn the hair off your singing roof with all those big-ass syllables. __. Music, you're tripping. You're speaking harshly. You probably don't speak to her that way. Music, she looks very rough. Fifth, she buffs dissing. Music, you return to that stuff. That boy is sniffing. I've been sniffing music, Eve. Appear to be AF. If nothing else, your __. Keeps you tidy. Get a job since your CD isn't worth the bars, music. Sniffing music? Of music, but __ is filthy. Music you lose, singing boy. Tell the truth if you're going to rap about it. It's the unit. The unit. The unit of music. Music. It's music. It's the unit. It's Sunit, I said. The unit. Oh my. It's the unit. Music, the unit. The unit. Avoid using the unit for play. She's too good to be with your ass. Thus unit. Thus, the unit man wants a music and singing real ma. Thus, real man. Who makes music sing stuff. Real man. In the automobile, a youngster uses a real fan to rap. Music. No simple pass. You'll never be as manly as your girl. I've heard that she pays for the petrol. She used her hands quickly while lighting the head. I'm hoping she's not whipping that babu. Music you lose, singing boy. At the very least, be honest if you're gonna rap music about it. You've been Benesings, burning the hair off your roof with all those big ass singing words. Music I test. You lose OMYY. Be honest if you plan to rap about it in your music. Music. Welcome back and hello once more. In recent interviews, T.I. has been doing some heavy backtracking and pretending that he never initiated this whole thing, which is why the drama keeps growing bigger. However, you have stated that you would like to perform verses. In any case, I haven't stated that you haven't. I'm not the one saying it. Bring your documents. Take your successful records with you. You, Dr. Dre, Eminem, and everyone else. But for a moment, let's be honest about music. The man's repeated requests to 50 Cent for Versus fights had nothing to do with music or the ensuing mayhem. That narrative simply doesn't make sense. Many receipts from years ago are already circulating online, and people have been retrieving them once more. Today, the focus is once again on T.I., who is under fire for what some are referring to as classic gaslighting moves rather than king-level leadership. Papoose, meanwhile, returned to the spotlight with a new song directed at 50 Cent. This time, he even mentioned Eminem in the process. The entire 50 struggle has BMY, struggles of Veen, on our minds. Music, man, I thought we were going to reach the hour. That's what we came to talk about. We're attempting to have a thoughtful conversation about the culture. Oh, this is going to be an intellectual. Laughter struggles have intellectual challenge. It's a component of it. I was so over this __, buddy. But could you perhaps explain it to me? Because I comprehended. There is nothing to comprehend. I knew how deep it was. If you're a logical thinker, you can comprehend nonsense. However, you clarified that the actual beginning for you was when you two had a private discussion regarding the __ itself. There truly isn't anything else to discuss. However, I don't think that music starts anything that we're going through right now. So I want you to help me comprehend that. That song has nothing to do with the true origins of the current situation. The true reason, I believe, is that when I tell them the truth about what happened and why underscore didn't happen, they don't want to hear it. Do you understand what I mean? Music, like intellectual challenge, like when they hear the truth, they become emotional and begin acting. Music like underscore, laughter like laughter. I'm just saying, bro, like that's just the stuff that's being done as the responses of an emotional human being that doesn't like what they hear even though it's true. In other words, do you understand what music mean? Instead of doing nothing but stating, hey man, I'm cool, I don't want to do it, laughter, say it, they're acting out. The internet began to buzz once more right away. Indeed, there are others who claim that the music is becoming monotonous. Even so, 50 Cent responded right away a few hours later. I'm a respectable, sensible, and reasonable man. I brought up my kids to be respectable men. Rational, musically sensible, and not sentimental. Additionally, I become emotional when I watch King move. And I am aware of it. And me too. Do you understand what I mean? I agree. You involve our home matriarch in some foolishness. Tell you music climb. Should I continue? His response immediately sparked one of the wildest and, to be honest, most absurd music conversations that social media has seen in a long time. It won't be the same in a different mood. Get your mood together, then. They will actually cry. Man, are you going to get angry over this? I'm sure you won't do that. Man, I'm sure you won't do it. Why did you have to choke? My boy was emo, You say it's me all the time. It's not because you would have the same emotions. You are the one. You want to cry, bab? Me, crybaby, is what I'm trying to say. You're doing this music because it's meant for you. Why are you shouting? Because you're sitting here in tears. No, you won't be crying at every single show you see. Tell him what's happening. Please, buddy. Come on. It's clear as throat, fine. I apologize. And it all comes full circle. He spent years pushing 50 Cent for that Verzu moment, and time seemed to move as if he had never. Music, a crybaby, made music. You just heard, T.I. is now asserting that 50 Cent's made music. That Cent's reactions to music have been poignant. This is where things start to seem odd, though, considering T.I. was the one who called everyone else emotional only a few days ago. Tell 50 Cent to grab his hit albums so he can sit down and hear what the South has to say. Should I continue? Throughout his own answers, people quickly pointed out that discrepancy on the internet as soon as they noticed it. Additionally, videos like these quickly gained popularity online when the subject of emotional responses came up. People on social media started reposting old photos, claiming that it presents a different image of the circumstances. Some commenters even make jokes about topics related to T. I've been utilizing those clips to make fun of myself and maintain the pressure because I've been looking untidy lately. The discussion then immediately returns to the main music argument, which is the persistent assertion that T.I. did not initiate this circumstance. However, internet consumers are not purchasing that narrative at all. He was publicly criticizing 50 Cent for years, pushing hard for a versus fight, and attempting to elicit a response, as many have pointed out. T-Cent SII was openly discussing wanting the Verzu moment in a video that one user even shared. Additionally, some fans claim that the timing also sparked controversy around the time that the Verzu debate began to intensify in 2020. That's sufficient. Verzus, that's sufficient, said. That's sufficient, that's sufficient. That's sufficient, said. I thought, man, this is enough when I saw that damn music t-shirt. According to reports, T.I.'s recently released album sold over 23,000 copies in its first week of sales. People were making connections and posing serious issues on the internet just because of that detail. For the past 5 weeks, I have returned to music array. That's sufficient. Music rap.p. Oh, I see. It has been 5 weeks. Observe the amount of turmoil that has resulted. Bro, 5 fucking weeks. I was enjoying myself and minding my own business. I was looking for a yacht. Do you understand what I mean? Searching for homes and vacation spots, and all of a sudden, music rap. Sudden, I'm back in the middle of combat for no apparent reason. It's very unfortunate. I'll say it again. It's unfortunate that something that was supposed to be so positive to spread so much joy and positivity to others, and that's the foundation of the concept, music, has turned so negative for no apparent reason. That's regrettable, and I don't want to ruin my day with such a fuss. To be clear, I've already stated that I genuinely enjoy T.I.'s music. However, the manner he has been moving since the beginning of this whole music problem is what people are currently truly wondering about. Online users are becoming impatient, claiming that each time he speaks, the narrative shifts. Many detractors think he initiates the quarrel and then pretends to be the target. Do you bully others? And this is what I asked you. Never, never, never. I don't start arguments. I don't initiate the altercation. It appears to be all right. But you plunge in, don't you? They then claimed it was sudden. That's an issue. No problem, I replied. Laughs, I don't initiate the argument, but people don't seem to mind. In reality, who initiates the fight? That's why Nicki Minaj appears to be such a horrible person. Once you're the victim, I'm generally laughs. Points since she is standing up for herself as the victor. I see. So you're standing up for what you believe in? Because it frequently appears that you are the aggressor when in fact you are not. While I'm upset, I turn into the aggressor. The assertion that 50 Cent is the music initiator and that he is emotional provoked further responses on social media. Some individuals began to wonder how 50 Cent was expressing his emotions. Others countered that T.I.'s perspective has been the source of the true emotional responses. Things quickly got out of hand with family members, according to those critics. I stopped him till he landed in M and Dre's lap, entering the discussion and making the scenario appear even more chaotic. King Harris, on the other hand, has persisted in publishing and responding on the internet. Fans saw that he continued to make jabs and make references to 50 Cent's Candy Shop. __ Curtis Jack. As soon as I heard the song, that's what I thought of. Ball-spitting lyrical, music demeaning the murder rap. I heard they used a Nina to shoot his ass. He was worthy of a Mac. I'm about to increase the temperature. I reach for a thermostat. Music goose shoes are ugly. I had the matching shirt since every verse was amazing after Get Rich or Die Trying. Music, you're furious because Diddy hit your girlfriend. For that, you're a jerk. The neighbors heard Diddy's loud, cheek-clapping music. You made the documentary for that reason. That caused you pain. I've heard that she brings a burger back with all 5 of the guys. Discussed a few conspiracy theories. The earth is flat, they claimed. They said that you were employed by the Illuminati. Music, an anxious brat. Why would this jerk believe he could spit a verse with his father? This is something that needs to be prayed for. If it weren't for him, you would be searching for a pocketbook to steal where the church is. Purchased a wig for your girlfriend and instructed her to return it. Bernie Mac is nailing this selfie. 50. You are a petty son of a bitch undersir. Roberto Flack and Lauryn Hill. The fact that T had lately stated in interviews that he advised the kids to cease following the product situation with the shirts raised people's eyes even more, even if the conversation was already heating up everywhere else. Critics are now posing a more significant query. Did I ever explain what insanity is if the message was truly meant to calm things down? Doing the same __ thing repeatedly in the hopes that __ will change is insanity. That is absurd. I'm not sure when I first heard that. They were bullshitting me, I thought. Oh, bam. I fired at him. In actuality, he was correct. Why does the issue continue to worsen? Additionally, some online users claim that the explanations continue to seem like more backtracking and uncertainty with each subsequent interview. The whole thing is beginning to sound like a broken record at this point. 50 Cent has expressed his desire to be left alone on several occasions. However, the back and forth continues to recur. Now that there's a lot of conversation about documentaries, T.I. appears to be lowering the intensity, and people on the internet are noting the change. The internet never forgets, which is T.I.'s problem. He is continuously calling out 50 Cent for a versus fight in old videos that are making the rounds, some of which date back to 2020. These films are making the rounds once more, and fans are citing them as evidence that this back and forth didn't simply happen. Some hip-hop fans are even reminded of another chapter featuring 50 Cent and Jay-Z. Many said that 50's reappearance in the 2020s was related to rumors that Jay-Z had attempted to prevent him from performing at the Super Bowl. That anecdote is hotly debated by some fans on the internet, but undoubtedly reignited discussion about their long-standing animosity. Papoose just released a new disc with a song directed at 50 Cent, which has added another layer to the drama. The song flips the beat from numerous males, and he even mentioned Eminem. Hip-hop aficionados were debating on social media once more after that move alone. Jokes aside, folks are beginning to spot a trend when it comes to criticizing 50 Cent on the internet. Every new song or podcast tirade sounds nearly identical, with the same insults, music, and vocals being repeated over and over. Similar lines appeared from Fabulous, as fans have noted. After Jim Jones brought it up in a podcast discussion, Papoose, Music, came in with almost exactly the same kind of bars. Thus, the question that many listeners are posing is straightforward. Why does every disc sound like a remix of the previous one if the ultimate objective is to defeat 50 Cent? The same subjects, the same jokes, the same perspectives. The music script seems to be unchanging, according to some. Papoose then attempted to include Eminem in the discussion by implying that Eminem had a role in the beginning of 50 Cent's career. However, several fans were perplexed by that statement because 50 has publicly stated the same thing in interviews. Critics immediately questioned how that was supposed to be a disc since that was already known. Additionally, some listeners claimed that Papoose's mention of 50 Cent's previous relationship, which ended more than 10 years ago, only served to highlight the point. They think that because artists don't have something fresh to tackle, they keep bringing up old issues. However, the discussion did not end there. Additionally, Papoose's personal relationship drama with Remy Ma began to be brought up online, which led to even more jokes and criticism on social media. After 50 Cent retaliated against Papoose, some users even posted things like, "Nah, Pap, sit this one out." This led to an even more heated online argument. The internet erupted with reactions as soon as 50 Cent eventually replied. People raced into the comment section of his article as soon as it became viral, debating who was actually winning this back and forth. Some admirers claimed that 50 hardly needed to speak at all because his detractors were already being negatively portrayed by the circumstances. Others noted that 50 Cent's music has always portrayed these scenarios in just this manner. Rather than providing lengthy justifications, he makes a brief comment, lets it go viral, and then watches while everyone else debates it for days. Indeed, it is precisely what transpired once more in this instance. In the meantime, many continued to drag Papoose throughout social media timelines, claiming that the diss tune caused more jokes than actual harm. Many even claimed that including Eminem merely served to expand the music discussion beyond what was necessary. Fans are now divided between defending their favorites and reiterating the same question in the ongoing online debate. In reality, who initiated this mess in the first place? Subsequently, 50 Cent responded in a way that rapidly ignited music social media. "I'm sorry," he said, essentially dismissing the whole thing. No response to mentally challenged rappers who can't write a hit to save their lives. He then added a laughing emoji and continued, saying, "Short bar, music, shorty lol." That little statement was sufficient to spark another discussion on the internet. However, when some Jay-Z fans entered the discussion in an attempt to defend Papoose, things became even more bizarre, and many individuals found that amusing. It appeared to be more about their long-standing distaste for 50 Cent than it was about supporting Papoose, Music. When was the last hit he wrote? Trying to question 50's track record, so fans, Music, quickly started answering that question themselves. One commenter even asked, "The multi-platinum smash, I'm the Man, was part of 50 Cent's most recent project, The Con and Tape." Additionally, despite the fact that he hasn't released albums on a regular basis in years, he has continued to contribute to major recordings like Remember the Name with Eminem and Ed Sheeran and The Woo with Pop Smoke. These songs were popular outside of the US as well. Many of them also traveled abroad. Then, individuals reversed the question and began comparing all of the numbers and music, which only served to intensify the online debate. Many 50 Cent certificates have not been updated music in years, as some fans have even noted. However, in terms of hit recordings in the US, he continues to be one of the most certified musicians. To be fair, this has nothing to do with disparaging Papoose. Fans began using statistics to support their preferences, and the online discussion simply devolved into a numbers debate. To encourage additional hip-hop enthusiasts to join the conversation, please subscribe to Drip Zen, hit like, leave a comment, and share this video if you like this breakdown. Additionally, use the Hype This Video button to support the growth of this channel. I appreciate your help.